Ashok, are you leading?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the quarterfinals of lower bracket of MKE Championship Season 4, which is sponsored by Genesis Store and co-sponsored by Zentro Store and Slay Official. I'm Saskia along with my partner Graham, and we'll be the casters of this game, which is between Zenchi and Area 69. Area 69 will be on the blue side, meanwhile Zenchi will be on the red side. So Graham, do you have any details, or have you seen their games of the past rounds?
Well, I have been in both the matches for both the teams, and of course, this is going to be an interesting match between the Area 69 guys and the Zenchi. Well, of course, we are supporting Area 69 because we have Itachi there and we have Sasuke alongside me. So, of course, we are going for Area 69. And let's go, and we hope the best wins.
So, ladies and gentlemen, grab your snacks and popcorns because we'll be seeing some interesting draft between both of these two teams. And let's begin with the draft phase. In the draft phase, we have seen a lot of people banning the meta heroes and somewhat kind of this respect ban.
And just like that, in the first phase of the ban, the first hero to be banned is Kaja. Of course, they do not want any crowd control on the enemy side, and Kaja has been one of the most annoying heroes, if not the one, in the past few matches of the MKE championships. And we also see a Martis being banned. That was a proper ban, I would say, from Team Zenchi.
Well, the second pick most probably will be banning a 99% Martis because they don't want that Martis open in the early phase and enemy team grabbing it. No, it's a devastating hero, and we do know, like, if we are opening a Martis, then it will be very hard to counter it. Meanwhile, we are seeing a Fanny ban. Okay, I think that's a respect ban coming to some of the players or the team of the Zenchi. And meanwhile, we are seeing a Camila ban. Well, that opens Valentina, and they are going to secure that right away.
Valentina, of course, I was hoping for a Valentina and a Carmilla combo by Area 69, but of course, that's not going to happen. And we see a Leo mod. Oh, how did they forget to ban the Leo mod? Well, that's okay. Well, there's something good for Team Zenchi.
And that will be the Clint on the golden secured by Zenchi. And we are seeing I think that's showcase. Okay, they'll be going for the Jawhead Hyper and a Minsta. Minsta is kind of a flex pick. It can be used in roam as well as in the EXP.
Well, better than Minstar, I am hoping to see Jawhead being the superstar of this game with the Hyper, one of the best damage dealing heroes along side being the Hyper. Of course, we hope to see a Leomord counter, and we see an Esmeralda being picked by Team Zenchi. And probably that is going to be a comfort pick. I'm not seeing Esmeralda quite much, only in the MK Season 4 Championship, being picked quite a times. And just like that, we have entered the second phase of the ban.
Well, I'm expecting a Cloud ban, but they are going to ban that Diggy. Okay, so I think Zenchi have some plans on taking a heavy CC in the next phase of the draft. That's why they are going to ban that Diggy.
Probably yes, probably yes. Banning Diggy is a good option because it's quite a big annoying hero, and that's a good ban, I would say. Waiting for somebody, and probably a damage dealing hero. We see a Kufra ban from Area 69, and they might go for a proper fighter here because they don't have an XP laner yet. Or is Esmeralda going to be the XP laner?
Well, Esmeralda is going to be the XP laner, and meanwhile, we are seeing a Sicilian in the no mage. Sicilian is a pretty late game role. I'm not comfortable with that Sicilian pick in the Zenchi. Well, let's see how they manage to take them. They are ensuring a late game hero. Meanwhile, Team Area 69 is going to pick that Beatrix and that Yu Xiang again. That Yu Xiang has been seen in that team in every round.
Yuzong is one of the best life stealers who have emerged from the last few patches of the game, along with Beatrix with a protruding damage, and we see a two-mage team once again in the tournament. This is just the third time I would say in me casting this tournament we are seeing a two-mage game once again. And that's a good, I would say, a good pick probably, even if they had a proper tank, because now they don't have a tank to deal with the mid lane. They just have two mages, and probably that will give them some trouble.
Well, that Kadita is going to be play as a roamer. Kadita on roam is a pretty good hero in that, in my opinion. But let's see, the draft has been no settled up. The heroes has been picked by both of the teams. So, which team do you think has the upper hand in terms of draft?
I would say Team Area 69 has an upper hand because they have a fighter, they have a hyper, they have what seems to be an XP laner this time, a proper Vincitar. They have a marksman as well. They have Mincitar probably, who's going to be the tank of the team. And why I seen Team Zenchi, why I deem Team Zenchi to be weak is because they have two mages in the early game, in the mid lane, without a tank to defend them. That is probably going to hurt them a lot in the early game.
And this is it. Welcome to the land of Taunt. This is MKE Championship Season 4, and we are witnessing the exclusive and no interesting match between these two teams. And we are seeing Valentina is having some trouble since that Kadita was dealing some amount of damage. She was poking her in the initial phase.
And that's the work of Valentina, poking and disturbing the main, disturbing the frequency of the game, the frequency of their roam. And meanwhile, we see a good, petty engagement in the EXP lane between the Yuzong and the Esmeralda. And we see Beatrix having a fight and taking some good amount of damage from the Clint giving such a good damage from the early game. And we see Leomord coming in with the ult. Will he be able to? And Leomord was picked off by Jawhead with the first blood. Beatrix taking the kill of the Kadita, and at Area 69, just like that, have a lead in the second minute of the game.
That was some mistakes coming in from the side of Team Zenchi. They were, the combo, like they were just done, and I think they were used to fight, I guess.
Well, probably not. That shouldn't be the option when you have a Jawhead in the mix. You should be retreating rather than using your ult and wasting it. And Jawhead, he is going for the turtle. Minisitar in the middle to protect the turtle possibly, and Jawhead will be securing it without any trouble.
Initial stage, like they have messed up, like they do know, and they are not fighting that, taking the turtle contest. Meanwhile, they are letting the Leomord to have some space to get some items and then just join the fight, and that might work.
Probably, yes, giving themselves some time to get the farm to increase their damage capabilities. That might help if they do. And Minnesota going in with the proper hook, and Beatrix confirming the kill of Kadita in the fray. And we see Leomord, and was that a good ultimate by Jawhead? Will he be able to pick off the Sicilian? And Valentina secures the kill meanwhile for the team. He picks off Leomord with the ultimate of Leomord. That was a good steal there.
Yeah, having a Valentina against a Leo mod, like it's having Leo mod on both of the teams, when that will be a one for two trade, I believe. Like a team Area 69 did manage to take most of the, I think they do won the team fight, and they just got the kill over this Leo mod.
They have good team fight capabilities compared to Team Zenchi, because they have two fighters and one of them can behave tank as well. And they have one fighter who is their hyper, who is one of the best hypers in these championships. And meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we see Yuzong taking a fight, but will be taken down by Team Zenchi. That was a good gank. And on the upper lane, there was gank from the team Area 69. They did a king of the Karita
Yeah, when
and the Clint there.
that are some trade-offs we can see, like they do won the bottom lane but they lost two heroes in the top lane. The 1-for-2 trade again, and that team fight will be in the hands of team Area 69. The turtle is up and the turtle will be secured yet again in the team for the side of Area 69, and we can see like Leomord and Esmeralda are in the bottom section, so we might see a possible gank on Yuzhong.
Well, we don't think that will happen because Leomo just have stolen the red buff of Team Area 69 and he will probably look to escape rather than taking the fight. And we might see a big engagement coming in the top lane. And Minishita did pick Karita there, but that was a smart escape from the hero. Are they going to chase? Are they going for a dive? And yes, they do. Jawhead takes the kill of the Clint. He is secured him. He is secured that kill in the turret, and he escapes as well. Meanwhile, Leomord and Kadita pick off the Beatrix.
Yeah, the Valentina and the Beatrix were fallen down. Leomord getting a double kill over those two heroes. That was a fight. They just went too deep. That is the Area 69 just focused the enemy backline. Meanwhile, Leomord was able to kill down their enemy backline. So it was a 1-for-2 trade in my opinion. And Leomord do manage to secure that top tier 1 tower.
And he secure not only secured the tower, but he's doing good in disturbing the farm. But he did not do one thing good, that is protect himself. He will be picked off by a gank from Area 69. Meanwhile, Beatrix secures the first level turret of the top lane.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we can see Clint is having some issues, but he will be escaping in the 5% HP that Yuzhong is giving some trouble to the marksman.
Well, of course, he's one of the best life stealers which has emerged in the game apart from Deroth and Alucard. I would say he not properly controlled Yuzong can be a game changer in the match. And we see the gold lead is not much, but just 1K gold in the favor of Area 69. And we see Karita going in for an ult. And what will be picked off by the Jawhead of Area 69. And probably they are going to get a fight in the bottom lane. And they have struck the Leo mod with their ultimates. And the Jawhead will be picking off the Leo mod once again in the game. And Area 69 are on the rage in the moment.
Definitely, and that is the turtle. They will be skipping off instead. They will be protecting their mid tower, but the minions, the push was coming through, and Esmeralda will be taking. Managed to take down that mid tier 1 tower. They are waiting for that. Okay, they are taking down the turtle. Never mind. But I thought they will be taking down the 8 minutes Lord, which will be coming in in 30 seconds. But they will be taking that turtle, the third turtle. So all of the three turtles have been took by Area 69, and they do have the gold lead of approximate 2K gold lead.
Well, not only the gold lead, they have lead in the kills. Of course, their hyper is leading in the gold from the enemy hyper as well. Their marksman is doing better than the team Zenchi's marksman. They are doing everything right at this moment.
And we can see another pickoff was done. Otaku play that is that Esmeralda will be falling down. That was a beautiful throw for coming in from Jawhead. The dead push set up a 4v1 situation, and Esmeralda will be falling down.
Team Area 69 doing good rotations out there in the team, and we see a Yuzong might be probably trying to be a bit sneaky, but was exposed, and they are doing good. They have pushed one turret each, if the top lane and the bottom lane. Same goes for Team Area Zenchi, and we see a pick off of Leo Mod from Team Area 69, and will they be able to take Karita as well? And will they be able to catch him once again? But no, he escaped very smartly. And we see Yuzong coming in the fray along with the Beatrix. Beatrix taking the kill. That was an absolutely beautiful team effort by Team Area 69. Wonderful effort being done down there.
And that engage coming in, Kadita did manage to take down the combination, but her damage was not that much, so she was not dealing that much of damage. As their mage is Sicilian, so I think they will be that Sicilian might give some damage in the later phases of the game, but in the earlier phases they are having some hard trouble. The Lord is up. That is the 10 minutes Lord.
That's the first Lord of the game, the Undermined Lord. He is just, I would say, the squishy Lord, as I prefer to say it. That'll probably definitely give them some time. And if they do manage to take it down, Team Area 69, they will give them enough time to have a farm. But of course, Team Zenchi are not going to help them get it so easy.
Meanwhile, we can see the Jawhead is going to use his ultimate over that Leo Mod, and he'll be securing that kill. Meanwhile, Kadita 2 managed to secure that Beatrix using her ultimate combination and even the petrified. But Yu Zhang is there to zone the enemy back line, and that will be the Sicilian dying for the trade. So that is a 1-for-2 trade going in for the side of Area 16, and they will be focusing on that Lord since they have the member advantage. That is a 4v3 situation over here.
Well, not only 4v3, they have they have their team not only attacking the Lord, they have allotted one of their team members to guard the scenario in case Team Zenchi's members try to sneak in, but they did not. They know they are back on their members. They are short on the members, short on damage at the moment. They are short on gold. They are almost behind by 4k gold as of now. 4k, I'm sorry, that would be 5k gold. And they seem to be in a bit of a trouble here, Team Zenchi.
Definitely, and Kadita was trying to set up a dead push so she can manage to kill that Beatrix yet again, but Minsta will be there clearing all the bush, and we can see Jawhead has been using his ultimate and through, and he will be securing that kill over the Esmeralda. Meanwhile, Minsta is low as well as the Valentina. Though Valentina will be retreating, but Azazel on that Karita will be securing that kill over that Minsta. Meanwhile, Beatrix do manage to take down that Karita, but instead she gets killed off by that marksman, that is the Clint.
Well, that was a good 2-for-2 trade, but that definitely gave them some time to push one turret and know the tactics used by Team Zenchi. That tactics is sneaking in from the backlines. Probably that is not going to help much because they have a Yuzong and they have a Beatrix and they have a Jawhead. Three big time damage dealers in the team for Area 69. And probably that is what hurting Team Zenchi at the moment.
Definitely, and we can see the damage of Sicilian is being seen in the last team fight we saw. I think it was the Sicilian who gave the damage, and that's why Valentina and Minsta was too low, and meanwhile they were able to take down that fight, and it was a 2v2 trade off.
That was a 2v2 good trade off, and probably both the teams are now they will be focusing on increasing their damage levels, and we see Jawhead and Leo Mod hiding there. Will we be able to see a good fight there? And no, Leo Mod chooses to escape there.
Yeah, and in the opposite side of the lane in the midsection bush, there is an Esmeralda and Karita preparing that bush, but Yuzhong will foresee it like he knew there was something sussy over there.
Yuzhong, that is not a big deal for Yuzhong to escape. Oh, what are you doing, Johan? That's your own teammate.
Yeah, they are having some fun. Like you go give us the vision. Like he's just that's why he's just throwing the Yuzhong over here and there.
Well, it's okay to have some fun in the game. They are leading in the gold, they're leading in kills, and they're leading in farm as well. They're leading in items. But what we see now is the marksman of Team Area 69 is behind gold in the from the team marksman of Team Zenchi. And we see a good fight coming in. Leomord taking the kill of the team Area 69, and there seems to be a proper team gang from Team Zenchi, and they will be picking off four heroes of Area 69, and that would be a 4-0 trade. And that was an amazing fight coming in from Team Zenchi. That could give them a good comeback in terms of timings. And Karita there hiding, probably Beatrix has already noticed it. Is he going in for the fight? And he probably did, but will he be able to take them, Karita? And that was a smart escape there.
Definitely, that team fight was engaged by that Azazel Kadita. He knew like someone was there in the bush and he just went and used the combination. And meanwhile, there was a perfect backup by the Leomord securing that kill over the Jawhead. The main damage dealing source, the lock on hero target, which is the only source who can kill the backline, that is the Sicilian, besides the Dragon, of course.
Well, Dragon doesn't seem to be doing much in this game, and he has been a good support. We are seeing Beatrix falling down in the team fights. We see the rise of Clint from his team Zenchi. And are they going to make a comeback? And they did make a comeback in terms of gold farm, at least I would say. They were behind by 3K, 3,000 gold coins, and they are now leading by 4,000. And that is a good amount of rise. We see a good fight in the mid lane. Team Zenchi going in for the fight, but the Leo mod will be taken down by the ultimate of Valentina, which dramatically seems to be the ultimate of Leo Moto as well. That was a good trade for 2-2, but Team Zenchi seem to have an upper hand right now as they have breached the inhibitor turrets of two lanes, that is the mid lane and the bottom lane as well. Meanwhile, will they be able to pick off Sicilian? Sicilian managed to have a smart escape there, but Team Zenchi has made a good comeback in terms of gold, in terms of team fights, in terms of turrets as well. Team Area 69 is now open from all three sides. One Lord, one team dive, and Team Area 69 is done for.
Definitely, that final team fight, though they did manage to take down that Leomord out of the team fight before the fight was actually start, but they did. Zenchi did manage to come back and they did force them back, stealing all of the three inhibitors. And we can see another team fight has been taken place, and this time Esmeralda will be falling down and Beatrix will be securing that kill. And we can see as okay that Leomord just went too far and Beatrix will be securing the kill again. And with Azazel kill taking down 2 kills, he got a double kill over there. That might be it for them. Valentina is the alone, the solo player of the enemy team. That is the 1-for-2. The 2-for-4 trade.
That was a 4-for-2 trade in the favor of Team Zenchi, and Team Zenchi, just like that, has made a comeback in the first game of the quarterfinals of the lower brackets, and they have won the first match of the best of 5 series. That was a good comeback, Team Zenchi. Kudos.
Definitely, in terms of the team fight, the early game, the Area 69 was dominating, but they were not able to end it in the early phase. Meanwhile, as the game progressed in the late game, they had the Sicilian, they had the Clint, the backline damage dealing abilities. They deal the amount of damage which was not enough. I mean, there was no frontliner. The frontline of the Area 69 was melting down. We can see according to the statistical data, like Jawhead has been dealing some good amount of damage in the in Area 69 team. We can see Valentina and Jawhead are the only damage dealers. Meanwhile, in the Zenchi, there is a Sicilian, there is an Clint.
Probably they had less damage dealers than Area 69, but the damage to deal real time damage in the game. And in the YouTube comment section, we see the poll voted for Team Area 69 to win, but Team Zenchi has definitely given an upset to the fans of Team Area 69. That was a good
Well, that
match.
is not looking good as Team Zenchi will be securing this first victory. This is MK Championship Season 4. Best of 5 will be played between these two teams. The championship is sponsored by Zentro Store and co-sponsored by Zentro Store and Slay Official. And I'm Saskia along with my partner Grim, and will be back soon with the next round, that is round 2 between these two teams.
Stay tuned, people. We will be back in a few minutes. Have a good evening today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the quarterfinals of lower bracket. This is MKE Championship Season 4, powered by Genesis Store and co-powered by Zentro Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official. I am Sasuke, along with my partner Graham, and we are again gonna be the caster of this second round. The first round was won by Zenchi, of course. That was a comeback we were expecting in the late game, since they had the Sicilian, they had the Clint, the late game insurance hero. But that was an absolutely team fight. The draft from both of the teams were so perfect. Both of the teams were playing so good, but this time Area 69 just went too aggressive. There were some macro and minor mistakes coming in from that side. But this time in the round two, the blue side will be Team Zenchi and red side will be Area 69.
Well, not only the teams have changed, probably the confidence level might have changed as well. Team Zenchi has had a good comeback in the first match of this best of the five series of the quarterfinals in the lower brackets. Area 69 had a better draft than Team Zenchi, but Team Zenchi had a good comeback. Why? Because they had good rotations in the team, and they were able to make a good amount of damage in the late game. So we see the first phase of the ban, and the first hero to be banned is Valentina by the area by Team Zenchi. We see the second phase of the ban, Carmilla, being banned by Area 69. There's a Diggy ban from Team Zenchi. Well, this seems to be mostly a repeat of the ban from the last series, but except the Valentina, we also see a Martis being banned. That was a
Well,
proper ban, I would say.
that opens the Kaja for the pick. We might see a Kaja play coming in, or they might be grabbing it, or what's open. Like there's a cushion, there's a Leomord, there's always a Kaja. A Kaja is perfect in my opinion, since most of the people, okay, they will be grabbing it, and that Kaja might be a flex pick, since it can be used in Rome Mage or either in EXP as well, and that Clint will be locked down right away without hesitating in the side of Eric's. And we are seeing Joy. Okay, Joy is banned in this tournament. So, okay, he will be changing it to the Amon. And Amon, well, we are not have seen that hero usually picked in the tournament. But, well, surprises are surprises. And they'll be going for the Whale.
Well, that seems to be a pretty good pick, Whale with the Clint. And we have a counter pick in the form of MM. Are we going to see Leslie or a Bruno? Okay, we see the tank in the form of Atlas. That was a good pick if they do have Leo mode, and they do pick a Leo mode. That is going to be a wonderful game upcoming in this tournament. One audience people, we have an Atlas along with the support of Leo mode, while the Kaja being the backline. That is going to be a good game, ladies and gentlemen.
And we are saying a Minsta Pig. Minsta Pig is a perfect counter for this Leomord and any other Blink heroes who might, and also the Flicker skill might also get cancelled. I mean, you are not able to use it. So it's a good, but Minsta might be used in EXP as well, or it's a kind of flex pick. Okay. Okay, they are banning that Van as the second phase of the draft. We are entering it.
We have entered the second phase of the ban, and the first ban of the second phase would be 1-1. That was a proper ban, I would say. You don't want much crowd control slowing them down, because they have not picked a good damage dealer hero as of now. Of course, they have the Clint for the late game, but the team Area 69 seems to be on the loose at this moment.
And meanwhile, we can see a jawhead ban has been come from Team Zenchi. That is the respect ban. We are expecting like that jawhead in the last game was dealing some true amount of damage, and the play coming in from the jawhead was absolutely on the point. So they'll be banning that. They don't want that jawhead to be picked up again. And meanwhile, we are seeing a Yu Zhang again in the E experience. So that means that will be on the roam section. And the last final pick on the side of Team Zenchi will be Bruno and Sicilian. Again, the Sicilian might be a late game insurance for the that team. Like they have that, okay, but they don't have the early game insurance.
Well, let's forget the early game. Look at the heroes who can provide you support in the early game. They have Kaja, they have the Atlas, while they do not have any tank. Once again, Area 69. I am actually confused with their playing strategy right now.
Meanwhile, the final pick coming in from the Area 69 will be the Lancelot. And Lancelot and Yu Shang are two of my favorite heroes. Like both of the heroes can just blink and go to the back line, one with the flying and one with the dashing, and they can just kill the back line without hesitating or without getting interrupted. But they have a Kaja, but so that might be a problem for a Lancelot.
Well, not only for Lancelot, it will be a problem for Clint. It will be a problem for the Whale, and provided he's not able to escape, cause that seems to be a bit of a trouble for Area 69 now.
Well, moving on to the game, welcome to the land of Dawn, and we are seeing a pass that might be a technical pass. We are seeing.
Let's forget, wait. Meanwhile, we wait for the pause. Let's discuss about the team heroes. What are the picks? What do you think, Sasuke? Who is going to be a better balanced team in the second game? I
If
am
it
rooting for Team Zenchi.
Well, I don't know who to vote for because both of the team have draft equally, and if they played and they count executed their draft perfectly, then they might have the winning chances. If you talk about the draft of Zenchi, in the early game, like if that Leomord get a snowball, that is the early game snowball, then enemy team will be having some trouble. Meanwhile, vice versa situation. If Lancelot get a snowball, then the team, that is the team Zenchi, might have some trouble over that. But meanwhile, speaking of the mid, like Whale do need some item before giving some damage, and instead Sicilian is a pretty mid to late game hero. So definitely both of the mid lane mages are pretty mid to late game hero in my opinion.
Well, I think Zenchi has more balance compared to Team Area 69 because they have a tank, they have a proper XP laner, they have a hyper, they have a mage for the mid, and they have a gold laner as well. But Team Area 69 doesn't have a proper tank to protect the mid lane. They have two fighters, two XP laners. Probably Minisivar is going to be the roam, but we don't know. We don't know is he going to roam or just stay in the mid to protect the Whale, and that's going to be a problem for Area 69, I would say.
Well, moving on, and the pause will be lifted up in the 5 seconds, and will be resuming the match. And if we speak of like the Minstar is do giving some vision in the mid section, but I do hope like he'll be rotating towards the gold lane.
Let's talk about the marksman that we have. Yeah, we have Bruno versus Clint in the gold lane. Who has a better damage in the early game? What do you think, Sasuke?
Well, obviously Clint, like he can just poke, he can use his first skill to annoy every now and then, and also his passive, so he'll be dealing the more amount of damage if we talk about in the early game.
Well, we see another pause being initiated by Team Area 69. Might be a technical pause or anything. We don't have any surety as of now. Maybe a technical glitch, but we were in the mid of an engagement there, and we see a pause. Well, that doesn't seem good for Team Area 69. Probably they are having trouble with their network, or I hope they don't. I hope they resolve it quickly because this is going to be an interesting match. We will have interesting picks this time for the second match.
Absolutely, and we can see in the XP lane, like there's a Kaja versus a Yu Shang. So who do you think might have an upper hand in the early phase?
Well, I probably hope the Dragon has an upper hand because I played Dragon versus Kaja in the early games, and definitely in the early games, the Dragon has an upper hand because the Kaja doesn't have any damage yet. It is a mid to late game hero, I would say, and also he doesn't have any support. But does the Dragon need any support? I don't think so. When he's 1v1.
Well, speaking of Kaja, I would not agree with you, like Kaja, with that update in the recent patch. Like he can get the healing effect with his first kill if he hits to an enemies or minions, and the passive is now being activated in the minus 3 second, if I'm not wrong. So he'll be poking down and bursting some damage on the Yuzhong. Meanwhile, not to forget, like if Yuzhong manages to activate his passive, that is the Shah residue, then we can see a balanced team fight. I mean, not a team fight, but 1v1 team fight, 1v1 fight. Why am I saying the team fight? Sorry.
Well, we will definitely wait for the moment when they have starting a fight and the pause is lifted. And okay, seems Minisitar has crashed his game and he is unable to join the game. And will it be a solitary bat for the entire team? Will they
Meanwhile,
be able to start a rematch?
well, the rematch has been asked, and
Well, Well, I don't think it will be possible, Shastri, because any technical glitch have been warned before. The organizers would be responsible for it, but no, you have to take care because this is not any any kind of tournament, no sample tournament. This is a proper tournament where we have proper team playing with proper strategies. And that's just inevitable at the moment for Area 69.
And meanwhile, we were discussing about the pause and the regulations. In EXP lane, Yuzhong do manage to secure the first blood on Kaja, and we can see another kill has been done over the Clinton. I think that was the Lancelot securing it, that kill. Meanwhile, that is a free turtle which will be taken down by that Leo mode. Okay, we are seeing another pause.
Well, seems to be technical glitch on the rise these days in the game. I would request our audience, so the ones who are watching, this tournament as of this moment, we would request you to please stay with us. We will be back shortly with the news of the game. Please stay tuned. Mhm. Okay, welcome back, people. We are back into the game. The pause has been lifted, and the fights continue in the land of Dawn. We see the Kaja, and we see the Kaja being into a fight with the Yuzong, and Yuzong, while meanwhile activates the residues, the Shah residue, his passive, but Kaja will be escaping, and we see a good fight coming in with a good fight being prepared in the top lane. And are we seeing? Will we be able to see a good fight in the top lane, or will we see the Clint having an escape? And seems to be the technical glitch of Area 69. They are unable to resolve it still. Are we able? Will we be able to see a comeback? Will they be able to rejoin? Well, that seems to be a hard prospect as of this moment.
Meanwhile, Leomart securing that kill over that Lancelot. No, no, that team fight did manage to get him, but that's the first kill in the side of Team Zenchi, and that will be Leomart securing it. And meanwhile, Sicilian is there to take down that kill. Things are not looking well for Will. He is a little bit low on HP. Okay, there's the backup, and Bruno will be securing that kill. Meanwhile, Lancelot is there using his dash, and Sicilian will be falling down in the hands of Lancelot. Lancelot is pretty low, but both of the teams will be retreating for that team fight went pretty long, in my opinion. It start from Atlas getting death, and end with the Sicilian death.
Well, that was probably good at turret dive rather than a team fight, I would say. That was a good dive from Atlas. Trying to pull in the teams. They're trying to pull in the team member of is Area 69 back from the turret, and his team coming in for the backup. And okay, well, that seems to be going a good fight in the top lane. And we see another pause being initiated. Let's go.
No, you do it. You do it.
Well, welcome back to our audience, and we have just received news from the authorities of the game that Team Area 69 has been disqualified by the authorities for violating the regulations of the tournament, and they will be disqualified from this entire tournament with immediate effect, with Team Zenchi taking the win by default in this five-match best of five series and that was not a good scenario for Team Area 69,
Well, I
Sasuke.
was expecting some good matches, but yeah, speaking of this, Zenchi will be moving forward to the lower bracket semifinals, I hope.
Well, of course, that does mean they are going, they win by default, and we will be ending this five-match series with right now, as we do not have any other matches scheduled for today. But that was a good match of the first game, I would say, but very unfortunate for Area 69.
Yeah, this is MKE Championship Season 4, which is sponsored by Zentro Store and co-sponsored by Zentro Store and Slay Official. And I'm Sasuke along with my partner, and we'll be signing off. And that's it for the today, guys. Zenchi will be moving on to the lower bracket semi-finals. Meanwhile, Area 69 will be eliminated, or rather disqualified from the tournament.
Well, thank you for our wonderful audience for tuning in to these games for today. We will be signing off for the day. We will be seeing you tomorrow with some more interesting matches. Have a good day, people, and good night.